So you got Daniel chapter 3. We're going on a little leftovers here. Verse 27.
All right.
Let us begin reading. It says, "And the princes, governors, and captains, and the king's counselors being gathered together, so all these men whose bodies of fire had no power, nor was a hair of their heads singed, neither were their coats changed, nor the smell of fire had passed on them." Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, I came out of 2018. Smelling like a rose.
Smelling like a rose. Come on. All right, y'all, preach.
In the presence of the Lord. Brothers and sisters, we have been dabbling and dangling in Daniel chapter 3 now since the last Sunday of December. We first opened up this particular passage of scripture by talking in a message entitled, I'm Still Standing. When we begin to journey into New Year's Eve service, we begin to talk from the same passage of scripture, but utilizing a sermon message entitled, I Came Out Smelling Like a Rose.
All right.
This particular passage of scripture really started blessing my spirit, and it led me to continue to dig deeper into this particular passage of scripture, that I thought it would be fitting on today to let somebody know that after all you've been through in 2018, you can tell the Lord thank you, because at the end of 2018, 2019, I can still say I'm still smelling like a rose. This particular passage of scripture is interesting to me because when you look at this story, it's about three Hebrew boys that we are familiar about. Their name is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These three Hebrew boys are interesting because these three Hebrew boys took a stand against King Nebuchadnezzar and refused to bow down to his image. But in order for us to understand these three Hebrew boys, we have to take the journey back into Daniel chapter 1, because it's in Daniel chapter 1 verse 6 and 7 that we'll realize that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, their name was not always Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
All right.
When you go back and look at Daniel chapter 1 verse 6, what you're going to discover is their name started out being Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. This was the name that was given to them to identify them with the God that they chose to serve. And now that they are in Babylon or in captive by King Nebuchadnezzar, King Nebuchadnezzar no longer want them to be able to identify with their God. And this is what really blessed me when I began to look at this passage of scripture, because ain't it funny that the enemy will go all out on you only to try to stop you from identifying with your God. Because if he can ever get you to change your perception, the way you perceive your God, then he can get you to waver in the faith of the God that you say you trust in. I'm getting happy already, which means that the enemy really recognizes that the God that's inside of you is greater than he could could ever be in the world. And if you ever give in to the worldly things of this life, then you might just be sacrificing the God that's inside of you. But how many people know that no matter what I go through and no matter what I'm up against, I have to understand two main principles. First of all, that God is Alpha, which means that nothing under the sun could ever possibly happen that my God did not already know about. The difficult challenge becomes that I had no clue what was coming down the horizon. That's why I have to trust him with all my heart and lean not to my own understanding. Because if I try to understand everything, look at somebody and say, you'll lose your ever-loving mind. And if God is Omega, then I have to trust God enough to know that nothing is happening to me that God did not already know was going to be on the map. That's why you can't get attitudes and tuned up when things don't go your way, because at the end of the day, it has to be a divine plan of God that I go through the storm, because if the storm ain't designed for me, it might be designed for somebody else. That's why we got to be very selective, Deacon Powell, how you want God to use you, because he might just use you with tragedy. He might just use you with sickness. He might just use you with brokenness. He might just use you with losing your job. They might tow your car out the driveway. Your wife might pack the bags and the children and walk out the door. Your husband might just leave you. And you got to be careful how you want God to use you, because God don't always bless the way we think he wants to bless. Sometimes his blessings can be blinded because it becomes the hidden bird box of life. I may not know where I'm going, but I got to have enough faith to trust my lifeline that is going to lead me right where I need to be. Some of y'all seen Bird Box on Netflix. She didn't always know where she was going, but she had to trust the equipment that was in her hand. She had to trust the birds that was in the box, because when the birds started fluttering, it meant evil was coming around. She had to trust the lines that she drew, because she had to trust the lines to get back to where she needed to be. And I come to let somebody know, don't you ever give up on the word of God or God, because he comes the lifeline to get you through life. High five your neighbor in here and tell your neighbor, I'm walking with my lifeline, and it's called the word of God. Watch this, see if I can put this thing together. And so now you have to understand, the first principle is that God is Omega. He is the beginning. And if he is the beginning, then the question becomes, what was outside of God? Not even the devil was outside of God, because God is the beginning. And now, if God is the Omega, then the Bible says he's Alpha and Omega. And if he is the Omega, it means that he's simply the end. That means that I can't end until God ends. I feel like preaching in here. Which means that every opportunity that God gives me breath in my body is a day for God to do something miraculous and miracle in my life. Which means that it's never the end, no matter how it looks. Because there is the possibility that God might just show up. That's why you can't give up on your tomorrow just because your today look a little dark, because tomorrow will shed a new light. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, don't you give up in today, because you might just miss out on tomorrow. And as long as God gives you breath in your body, tomorrow is on the way. So he becomes Alpha and Omega. But when you look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who names now identify to their God, because you have Hananiah, you have Mishael, and then you have very crafty because it is the name that identifies them to their God. Hananiah name means his grace of the Lord. Mishael name means he that is the strong God. And Azariah name means the Lord is my help or my strength. And so now when you see these three individuals, what you really see is a representation of God. Now King Nebuchadnezzar now has looked amongst these great men, and he has taken these men. He has at this time, because this is Judah, he's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of their wealth. But then he's trying to strip them of their God. Did I mention that this was the tribe of Judah? Keep that in your head, because he's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of their wealth. He's trying to take everything from them that they have seen move in their life by the hand of God. Did I mention that this is the tribe of Judah? He's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of their wealth. He's trying to strip them of everything that they've seen God bless them with by his mighty hand. Did I mention that this is the tribe of Judah? He's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of their wealth. He's trying to strip them of everything that represents what God has done in their life. Their name is Hananiah. Their name is Mishael. Their name is Azariah. Their name is a representation of the God that they serve. Did I mention they're the tribe of Judah? They come out of the tribe of Judah. He's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of their wealth. He's trying to strip them of everything that represents what God has blessed them with. He's trying to take everything that identifies them from their God. Did I mention the tribe of Judah? He's trying to strip them of their wealth. He's trying to strip them of their riches. He's trying to strip them of everything that represents them to who their God is. Can I help you out in here? Because if he can strip them of their God, then he believes I can strip them of their praise. My cue to shout right there. Because whether I got money in my pocket and whether I got riches in my pocket, at the end of the day, I will let nothing strip me of my praise. And just for you that don't know, Judah means to praise God. And at the end of the day, all the enemy wants to do is strip you of your perception of your God, that you will sit down on your praise. But I come to testify that in 2019, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continuously be in my mouth. Watch this 5 minutes and I'm gonna watch this. And so now by the time you get to chapter 3, it's in chapter 3 now that they no longer go by the name given to them to identify with their God. But now they're given the name Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which are pagan names, which have absolutely no substance of meaning. And so now no longer are they defined by their connection to God, but now they're given a name that has nothing to do with their God. But what I love about these boys is that at the end of the day, they realize that it's not the God of what he has given me, but it's simply the God that's on the inside of me. Nebuchadnezzar now makes the decree, and he says, look, I'm going to make a golden image, and when the sounds of the harps, trumpets, sorcerers go forth, everybody has to bow down. But look at Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. You got your Bibles open. Watch what they say in chapter 3, verse 16. In chapter 3, verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they answered the king Nebuchadnezzar, and they said, look here, we ain't even trying to hear that dumb stuff. Verse 17, he says, if it be so, our God whom we serve, he is able to deliver deliver us, not just from the burning fiery furnace, but he's able to deliver us out of your hands. And I've come to let somebody know that if you don't bow down to idol gods in 2019, not only is God going to deliver some situations from you, but he's going to deliver you from the afflictors of the situation. Not only will God take you out of the furnace, but he's going to deliver you from the Negroes and Negrettes that tried to put the furnace on you. High five your neighbor in this place and tell your neighbor, I got some news for my haters. They better watch out up in here, because if I don't bow down, I got a God that's going to deliver me not only out of the situation, but he's going to deliver me out of their hands. Somebody better open up your mouth in this place and declare in this house that my haters better watch out, because God got a blessing that's on the way. Watch this. I feel like going to another level. Because now, Shadrach, Meshach says, not only is my God going to get us out of the furnace, but he's going to get us out of your hands. In other words, not only am I going to come out of my debt in 2019, but I'll never go in debt again. Not only am I going to have to worry about situations on the job, he's going to take me out of that job. And at the end of the day, I'll never have to worry about dealing with Negroes on the job ever again. He's going to turn my home upside down. And no matter what hell I'm going through in my home, he's going to wipe my home clean, and I won't have to worry about the hell no more, because I got a God that's going to deliver me out of it. I wish I had about 20 folk in here that didn't mind opening up your mouth and magnifying the Lord and testifying that, Lord, I live for you, and God, I'll die for you. Is there anybody in here ready for a release in 2019? I just got a little more than shoot. He says, watch this. He says he's going to take us out of your hand. Watch the king. The sound go forth, deacon bow. And these three Hebrew boys, they refuse to bow. The king takes them now, tells them to crank the furnace up and make it 7 times hotter. When they get to the door and they open up the door to throw the Hebrew boys in the fiery furnace, men are consumed simply for trying to build pits for other folk. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, now is the season for the saints to stop trying to avenge for God's behalf. It's now time for us to keep our mouths closed and let God fight our battles. You ain't got to tell folk to step up off of you. All you got to do is keep your mouth closed. And I decree and declare in the spirit, God, I'm trusting in you. And in the end of the day, God got a way of building a fire that's going to singe them that was meant for you. I feel like preaching in here. And this is a season for me to keep my focus on God. That if I go in a fiery furnace, I know I'm going in with the purpose. And if I'm going in with the purpose, I'm going to come out with a promise. Find your neighbor and tell your neighbor, God never gives a purpose that he don't deliver a promise. And if you just keep walking in your purpose, God got a promise that he will come out. I feel like preaching here. I just need a little more to chew on. He says, watch this. He says, we will be delivered out of your hand. The fire is cranked up. The men are singed, and the Hebrew boys are bound, tied up in the fire. Now watch the mindset, because the mind says, if I'm wrapped up and I'm tied up and I'm tangled up, there's no way we're going to get out alive. But look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, it's all right